Good morning, Andrea. How are you?
Right.
That's good. How's your day going?
It's going okay. How about yours?
My day is going well. Well, I called you in here because I wanted to talk about our item analysis meeting that was held yesterday. We were in our team meeting and we were talking about our scores and our common interim assessment with the third grade math test. And we were focusing solely on question number 3. I noticed that your disposition when we began to focus on that question became, you got a little defensive in your demeanor and a little defensive in your tone. You made several comments, negative comments about why the students did not score well or answer the question correctly. You stated that you know the kids come from not so well neighborhoods or not so good neighborhoods, and that's why, and they don't value education. You stated that you tried everything with these kids, but you cannot make up for what they're not being taught at home, and they're going to fail because they don't care, and they just, and that's just a hard truth. And I wanted to just get your thoughts about why you're feeling this way about our kids.
Well, yeah, I said those things. I mean, what am I supposed to do when all their life and, their parenting and everything, they don't value education, and how I'm supposed to combat that? I mean, look at this. I mean, they got the lowest out of all the classes, and number 23, they all got it wrong. I mean, this is very obvious to me.
Yeah, it is very obvious that on that question that the kids did not perform well. But I want to focus on what are you doing in the classroom to get to know your kids as opposed to what you already think about them as far as your view and perception of them.
Well, we do a lot of group activities, and I let them get up and, lead class sometimes, but it's just, so I feel like I have some kind of connection with them. But look at the test. I mean, it's not helping.
So are your activities in the classroom within the lesson relevant to their surroundings and things that they know? So are you making...
I mean, I'm sticking to the standards.
Right.
That's what I'm teaching to the standards, and they're not producing.
Right. So we know that even if you stick to the standard, I mean, you still have to make information relevant. It still has to be real world. Our kids still should be able to, they should be able to relate to what they're learning.
Okay.
So I want to discuss with you, outside of you teaching to the standards and you giving them opportunities to lead in the classroom, what do you think that you can bring more to the lessons inside of your classroom to make the kids more apt to doing well on questions on an assessment in the future, such as number 23?
Well, I did see that the wrong answer was evenly distributed across the board.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So there's some corrective instruction I probably could do. So they all answered the same way. So I think I can go back and use that data to really just focus on the misconceptions that the students may have and kind of reteach it a different way.
Right.
So I can look at that. I mean, it's very clear that they all were getting the wrong answer. So.
Right. So you know that you can focus on the data and use the whatever misconceptions that were found. You can use that as far as bringing more relevant information to build those skills. What about building relationships with the kids? You said that you believe that you know your kids well enough, but you said that they are troublemakers. These kids are very difficult to work with and difficult to handle. Do you believe that you have the most appropriate relationship in the classroom to help build the skills that they need to be successful on common interim assessments and the end of grade tests?
No. Obviously, I think I could use a little help in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I thought obviously it's not working out. So I think I could use some help in that area.
Do you have any ideas of what you possibly could do?
I thought I did everything. I'm at your mercy.
So what about, because one thing that I'm thinking about, what about going in and reading the CUNY folders? Reading up on the information, because I think the CUNY folders give you a lot of information about the students and their backgrounds, from their from academics, how they've grown up, what's going on in their homes, and even talking to the kids themselves, because I think that our kids initially are not looking for heroes initially. They're just looking for somebody who cares. So once they know that you care for them and you have their best interests in mind, that's when they'll start respecting you in the manner in which you would like for them to respect you, and that's when you'll start seeing a difference inside of your classroom as far as their academic performance and their behavior. So is there anything else that you can think about outside of what the suggestions that I gave you as far as building relationships and reading up on these students as far as their cumulative records?
Yeah, I think I probably can have a better communication with them.
Can you be more specific?
Well, actually, maybe do some small group instruction with them, and based on, I do know their learning styles a little bit more. I know, so maybe I can group them a little bit better, and take this item analysis and look at their weak areas and strengths, and just try to even make small differentiations. I think they may really appreciate that a little bit more.
Well, I just want to end by saying that I do agree that communication is the key. Effective communication is the key to anything, our successful relationship. So one thing that our kids need to hear is some positive things stated about them, and they need to hear positive praise. So just want to reinforce that our students can achieve at the highest academic level with the correct resources in mind. And you are a great teacher, and I believe that you can make a difference in our students' lives. So let's meet once again. Let's meet next week. I'm going to come inside of your classroom tomorrow, and I want to see some things that we discussed as far as positive communication and, like you said, the small group instruction be put in to be implemented inside the classroom, and we can discuss following next week, because I think that's my available time. I'm available 8 to 9 next week. So next week Wednesday, I'll see you at 8 o'clock. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.